site you're probably on right now, Facebook. It's back in the news with another privacy concern. The social networking site quietly added a new feature which makes your private information available to friends of friends. The See Friendship button puts all that information between two friends and stuff that they're sharing into one page. So we're talking photos and events that they're planning to attend together. That means that your ex could find out what you're up to if you still share a mutual friend. Now, we all know that nothing online is ever really private, so the question now at 9 is, do you plan on using this sneaky new feature as a way to stalk people, or do you think it's just going too far?
But let's disclaim this a little bit, because we're trying to figure out exactly how this works. And from what we can tell, it doesn't reveal any information that is blocked. What it does is it makes it easier to find stuff that already is public. So if you have your privacy set to nobody can see my stuff, they're still not going to be able to see your stuff.
Right.
It's all about making it easier to find out.
But if you, in your privacy settings, have it set to friends of friends can see you or everyone, well then, they're going to make it easier and hook you up with, friends of friends. But again, if you have friends only, I think you're in the clear here.
So the point is to go in and fix those, because if you don't fix those, there's not a separate way to opt out of this.
Again, it screams security issues for me. I mean, you're talking about people who you've blocked on purpose. Maybe there's a stalker out there, or maybe there's someone you don't want to find you for safety reasons, or a divorce or separation, and you don't want them to find your kids. I mean, obviously people need to be savvy, but not everybody is.
Right.
Not everybody's blocking the way they should, and I just think there has to be a limit on how much we allow people in. I take that to I know you hate it when I do this, when I say blame Facebook or blame Twitter, but there has to be a limit. We've got to stop this access.
Well, and the thing that concerns me, what's in it for Facebook? That's the first thing that popped up in my head. What is in it for them to make all of this information easily accessible to all these people?
Because they're a social network.
It is easy for people to connect with each other.
No, but I mean, these steps, and this is not the first story we've heard where, we've talked about Facebook and, ways that they enhance their stalker features. I mean, what's in it for them to keep creating all of these ways to stalk people?
It's not stalking, it's connecting. It's a social network. If you don't want it public, don't put it on Facebook.
Bottom line, when you're going to use a social networking site, whether it be Facebook or Twitter, know how it works, and know, if you don't set the right privacy settings, your information will be out there for all to see.
It's exactly what people are saying.
Stephen Owens on Facebook says this is not good, and he capitalized that. If Facebook doesn't stop that from happening, I will most likely close my account. I am right with you, Stephen.
Me too.
Kenneth says, Facebook allows you to set your privacy levels. If you are afraid of what people will see, then you shouldn't be using Facebook anyways.
Jerry Heckler says, it's no big deal. Go in and adjust your settings. But again, it's for those people who forget to do that, or whose kids are doing it and they don't know to do it.
Yeah, and we talked to the Geek Squad guys last week, the Best Buy's technical support team.
Yeah.
And they even offer one-on-one in your home support on setting up your Facebook privacy settings. Sure, it's going to cost you a fee, but there's people that can help you if you don't know what you're doing.
It's all just becoming way too complicated.
Yeah. I love what Connie says. Connie Clanton on Facebook. And Connie, if you've I don't know if I've ever read a comment from you, but it says Facebook just like being a fly on a wall. That's what you were talking about. What's in it for Facebook?
All right, now at 9, be careful what you Google. Speaking of big internet companies, let's go from one to another. The website Google receives thousands of requests from the government every single year to turn over user information, and the site complies for a price. Google charges $25 a head for surveillance services. Yahoo charges $4 more, while Microsoft lets the government spy for free. So we want to know, should these sites be charging more for your information, or should they not charge at all, or should that information not even be available at all in the first place?
Well, if the government has, clear reason for needing your information, I don't think they should be charging these companies. I mean, this is something relatively new, getting information over the internet.
Yeah, the company is charging them, not the other way around.
Google they're being paid $25 for your information.
Google is charging the federal government.
Right, exactly.
Not the other way around.
That's what I meant. They should not have to. They should not have to charge.
My stuff is worth a whole lot more than $25. I'm sorry, it just is, and I feel hundreds should be at stake here because it makes it too easy. It makes it too easy for the government to just get anybody they want. I'm worth a lot more than $25.
On the flip side of that, though, if they start charging lots and lots of money, the government can step in and just say, you're giving this to us anyway. We're going to get some kind of a court order, and you're going to give that to us.
The reason they're charging a fee is simply because there's a a cost associated with them having to go through the records, look up information. When we file for requests under the Freedom of Information Act as a media agency, it's required that they hand that information over, but they're allowed to charge us a reasonable cost to discover that information. I think the price should be $200. There should be more of a barrier there, so they're not just willy-nilly requesting subpoenas to get information about all sorts of people. So there's a thought process more that goes into it, like, okay, this is going to be $200 on us. Let's make sure we've got the right person before we go and request it.
But the key word you said there is reasonable. I mean, and Susan said, you know, I'm worth a lot more than that. Yes, but if they take it too far, then you're going to run into other issues.
Scott Wilkie agrees. He says, good to know I've been bought for $25. I thought I was worth more. I agree with you, Scott.
Kelsey says, lovely. Not surprising, however. Everyone has a price.
Yeah. Well, David Matamuro says, don't they tell us when we sign up for their services that our privacy is protected and they won't sell our info to anyone? I guess everyone has a price.
Yeah, Jerry thinks it should be illegal. So, you know, you've got two sides to that.
That's right.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, we